Alright, here we are in the garage. Many of you have been asking me how come I have no more updates on my Mustang. Well, truth be told, things kind of went a little goofy. Okay. Um, what I mean by that is that the body shop that I took it to, it just did not work out. And in the end, basically, what had happened is it was a big old fight to kind of get my car back. So lesson learned, make sure you know who you're dealing with, exactly who you're dealing with, and what they are capable of, and when they are going to do it, and how they're going to do it, and whether or not they're going to argue with you or not, and tell you things like, just do as you're frickin' told, which was not exactly the word that he used. Just things of that nature. You don't talk to your customer like that. And that's how he talked to me. So in the 7 months that he had it, the only thing that he did was he had the glass removed, which he paid somebody to do that. And they broke the windshield, but they did replace it. So, I got that back. And he took one tail light corner off. And he took off some molding around the doors. And he made a couple cuts here on the shock tower, because the intent was that I was actually going to cut out this suspension and put a brand new custom suspension in. And as you may know already, 71 to 73 Mustangs, they don't actually make these weld-in, bolt-in type, well, bolt-in, but not weld-in type suspension, Mustang 2 type setups, etc. You have to custom do this, and he claimed that he could do it. But then he also said that we were going to use a Ford Explorer two-wheel drive frame that he had outside. We were going to use S10. We were going to use this. We were going to use that. He never had a plan. I asked him for a plan. Never happened. Again, make sure you know who the hell you're dealing with, okay? I brought it home, as you can see right here in the garage. And I ended up cleaning this thing up. This thing was dusty, dusty, dusty. It smelled like dog shit. Literally dog shit, because, well, that's what it smelled like in the shop. And at any case, I got it back, and now I need to find somebody else who actually knows what they're doing and can get something done. I did lose money on the deal. Not a lot, thank goodness. Around $600-700 when you really put the math to it. But a lot of time and headache and whatnot. I lost a lot, but nonetheless, it's over. It's back in my garage, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually start working on this a little bit myself in regard to when we cut this shock tower here. He did rather, using my tools, my plasma cutter, etc. It's a long story, but we'll just go with that. I'm going to weld that back in there because I've decided I'm going to use bolt-in components. I'm going to probably go with Total Control products, especially the rack and pinion. I definitely want that one because I think that is by far the best. And it replaces that lower cross member down there, which is completely rusted anyway. I mean, it's there, but it's very thin. It needs to be reinforced or beefed up. Why not just cut it out and put the rack and pinion in there, and it replaces that, and it gives me rack and pinion. And as a matter of fact, it gives me very good rack and pinion. If you look at all the others, yeah, they work, but at the same time, this one here is by far, without a doubt, in my mind, the way it's a straight cut teeth, the input shaft that hooks into the steering sector is clear over on the left side. You don't have to weave your way through headers. It is clearly, in my mind, the best choice to go with, at least for the rack and pinion. There are other suspension systems which will bolt into 71 to 73 using the existing shock towers, etc. But I'll probably stick with Total Control products just because, if I'm going to do that, might as well do that, okay? Now, the other thing is that if I ever want to actually put in one of them weld-in ones someday, I've noticed, if you probably too, when you go on YouTube, you'll notice that everybody basically has the car finished. And here they are pulling the engine out, and then they're just cutting and grinding, and they weld them in, and then they put the engine back in, and ta-da, you drive off. So I think it's possible to do while the car is actually painted. So I'm running out of time here for my video, so just wanted to give you, again, another update, because I know a lot of people have been asking. Again, you can see He just took this off and the glass trunk lid, and that's pretty much it. You know, the molding here, and of course, you know, made these cuts in my could take those out, but it just didn't work out. But anyway, I got it back at home, and we're gonna get started on this thing again, and you will now start to see some updates coming this summer. Thank you much. Like, subscribe. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.